There's no peace in avoidance. Accept accountability, communicate, and heal. There's no peace in avoidance. Accept accountability, communicate, and heal. Let me go ahead and play this clip, and we're going to go ahead and get into it.
Treating people and then avoiding communication with them is not protecting your peace, it is avoiding accountability. Let me just say that again. When you mistreat people and then cut off communication with them, you're not protecting your peace, you're avoiding accountability. You need to talk about it. And if you don't have the hard conversations, you'll have a hard relationship. It's just the way that life works. Mistreating people and then avoiding communication with them is not protecting your peace, it is avoiding accountability. Let me just say that again. When you mistreat people and then cut off communication with them, you're not protecting your peace, you're avoiding accountability. You need to talk about it. And if you don't have the hard conversations, you'll have a hard relationship. It's just the way that life works.
Let's go ahead and get into it. There's no peace in avoidance. Accept accountability, communicate, and heal. Before we dive into it, I do want to highlight the importance of accountability because people get tired of it and they get tired of it. But if you really pay attention there, it's hard to hold yourself accountable for some people that haven't done it yet. They don't get the opportunity to see the other side of the power in holding yourself accountable. I wasn't always the person that held myself accountable. I didn't always want to hear people tell me what I wasn't able to do, what I did do. Wasn't me knowingly that I did something. I didn't want to be held accountable. So it takes a lot of will to be able to admit when you're wrong or admit when you could do better. And that's why I always say that I'm a student of life right now because I can always do better. Even the people that may not have the experience, they could have learned something along the way and be able to add value in me, which I can take it, right? I can receive that. So that comes in the power of listening, which I don't think a lot of us do. So there's nothing wrong with discussing accountability. And I know you may not be able to reach that person. Because some people know that they're not holding themselves accountable, but they just can't just admit it. For it's something that's stopping them to utter those words and say, I'm sorry, or I was wrong. They always will say, but, or they always looking to bring up something that you've done, and we're not even discussing that. But that's that's one of the tactics that's used to be able to avoid all the energy being on them. Some chemicals are stirring and boiling inside, and they are trying to prevent whatever is about to happen from happening. So we have to be real with ourselves and push holding ourselves accountable because we all do wrong. Even Christians do wrong. I don't care how Christian you are. I don't care how much exposure you had, what type of family you grew up in. We all do wrong. I do wrong, but like he say, new me, right? 2024 in balance. We're gonna strive to make sure that we are better in ourselves. And even though, because we can be good when everybody else look at us, but we know the things we need to work on, and we never bring those things up. So start bringing those things up. Get outside your comfort zone. Start being real with yourself. Become a little bit more self-aware, and let's push that accountability. I get tired of people acting like we talk about it too much. It's still happening. You might have woke up today, but you told your mind you was gonna overlook that, or you normalized that this is correct and this is normal behavior. Let's get into it though. There's no peace in avoidance, accepting accountability, and communicating heal. I'm gonna go and start with you first, Hank. What are your thoughts?
So, with that being said, fellas, stop trying to hold these women online accountable. They not trying to hurt you. They not trying to hurt you. They're not going to listen to you. They're not going to pay attention to you. You're wasting your goddamn time. If they don't belong to you, if they're not under your covering, if they're not your family members, stop wasting your time. If you say it one time and they not even receive what you're saying, don't go back and forth with them. Why are you fighting with them? For what? You're wasting your time. Let's put that time and energy into somebody who's willing to receive what you have to say. So I can imagine if they acting like this online, I can imagine at home what's being said or what's being done. Because we see it online. They're ready to throw you into the goddamn Me Too movement. They accuse you of trying to intimidate them or bully them or be disrespectful to them, or you was trying to get in their DMs. Stop. This is the thing I always preach. Elder women need to teach the younger women. Elder men need to teach the younger men. We can receive that as men. An OG come to me and say, "Hey, your shit stink." "No, you sure?" "Yeah." "All right, I got to do what I got to do." The ladies, more than likely, they're more than willing to listen to an elder woman. Sometimes they don't, because we see what happened with Monique. But for the most part, they do allow that to happen. And hopefully the woman who's teaching them, who has some sense about her, who knows what she's talking about, who's been taught and educated and trained up by another elder woman or by her father or a man, to allow, you can't be speaking to men like this. That's not how you're going to get what you want from a man. You may want to do it this way instead of the way you're doing. That vinegar is not working. Here's some honey for you. Merry Christmas. But as far as advocating, for the peace, man. Hey, look, guys. Again, I'm gonna say it again. Don't waste your time, because you ain't gonna do but piss yourself off, and then nothing's gonna get accomplished. We'll still be at this, going back and forth, trying to communicate, and then we're gonna fall on deaf ears, because a lot of people just not hear what you're saying. Now you're gonna have some young cats just gonna push back. You're gonna have some young ladies gonna push back. So be it. Look, once you put the message out, hey, the blood's off your hand. If that, again, I'm gonna say it, if they're not willing to receive it, move on to somebody else who's open to hear what you have to say. Because there are people out there who are really looking forward for the knowledge, who's really looking for the answers. Go reach out. I'm not going to keep pounding my somebody over here with some bullshit they not just ready for. I remember we talked about money and raising money and making money. I said, man, look, I got a show about Bitcoin and credit and home ownership. Come on, let's have the conversation. Nah, man, I ain't on that. Cool. Stay broke, motherfucker. Stay broke. And I'm going to move on to the young man who's looking to make some right investments, who's looking to get his credit right, who's looking to purchase a home and do the right thing. I'm not going to waste my time and energy and pouring into some assholes who are not worth it. And I advise everybody else to do it, ladies and men.